The Sunshine State, a hotbed of passionate football fans, it is not hard to find where rivalry battle lines in the state are drawn on a day like today. These two are due to lock up once again, and we can't wait to get it started. Doak Campbell Stadium in Tallahassee, Florida. It's the Florida Gators and the Florida State Seminoles. Alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I am Reese Davis. Holly Rose down on the sidelines. We say hello to Holly.
Guys, checking in with the Gators head coach before the game. This is going to be a big challenge today. They have a great team coming in here, but he said, I am confident in our ability to handle that. We've got the best crowd in college football. They make every game a home field advantage. Said, I feel great that the crowd is behind us here today. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Looking forward to see how this one goes. The Gators ready to kick it away first. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. From the gun, the ground game. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Well, to say that this guy was unblockable in their last game is definitely an understatement. He was living in the opponent's backfield, and he does it again very early in this one, David. And I know he was the guy, this offensive line and this coaching staff were concerned.
Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. Touchdown, Gators! And they turn it into a defensive score.
I mean, you talk about coming out as a defense and setting the tone and letting them know it's going to be a long game. Let's do this. How about a pick six on the first possession? Nice job by the defense coming out and striking first in this ballgame.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. Florida State comes out ready to put something together on this drive. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Guys, you might know Florida State was once a women's college, didn't start playing football until later, and in fact, didn't start playing the Gators until 1958.
Even though they haven't been playing a long time, this game has featured so many of the biggest names in the sport. You think about Bobby Bowden, Steve Spurrier on the sidelines, Charlie Ward, Chris Wenke, Tim Tebow, Danny Werkle, Heisman Trophy winners. This game has had it all.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
He's got it down the middle, and he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
First job for the QB a lot of times. Look at those safeties. Is it man or is it zone? Nice job. You could tell right away. He saw it was zone, understood where to go with the football, and that's why this offense had a positive game right away.
And the Noles will have it 1st and 10. Oh, it could be an alley. Makes it past the marker. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. The Noles are rolling down the field. Right back to the well. It'll be a gain of 6, sets up 2nd and 4.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Quarterback making checks. Handoff from the gun. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Defense trying to come up with a stop on 3rd and short from the 37. Just going to keep it after the snap. Breaks into the open. They'll pick up enough yardage for the first down. They've got it at the 30.
And as a defensive guy, man, when you play a QB like this that will take off and run and has the speed to make you pay, it just limits what you can do. It limits the amount of coverages. It just makes...
Snags it and he's open.
Now, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things happen.
From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. And again, finds nowhere to run. Maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage this time.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
He's got him along the sideline. Beautiful footwork for the first down.
Jekyll and Hyde for this offense and for this quarterback, right? Pick 6 on the last drive. You saw on the sidelines the coach is talking to him, really trying to pick his spirits up. I don't know what they said to him, but whatever it was, it worked because this drive is looking really good here by the offense, and what a beautiful throw there by the quarterback.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Nice job by the defense. A lot of times offenses want time to mesh that RPO and read it. Nah, the defense got in there so fast, they didn't give him an option. Got the nice tackle for a loss, putting the offense in a worse situation.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And they will score! Touchdown Seminoles!
There's really never any doubt with this guy. The coaching staff always talks about his leadership and his mental toughness. That was a bad interception on the opening drive, but he's able to turn the page and show you his short-term memory and just come out and stay aggressive, sling it around a little bit, and this offense is able to answer with a touchdown of their own.
And how nice is it if you're a coordinator to have a guy like that you can depend on? Like, he doesn't dwell on the one mistake. He doesn't let it turn into 2. A lot of times you can see that snowball effect, man. Just a nice bounce back for him individually and for this offense to put the early turnover behind him.
Ready to fire from the pistol. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
So that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away, makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Handoff for ball. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Jones to throw. Oh, they're after him. He's open on the right. He'll be forced out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 44-yard line, and this offense has it going. The Gators have it with a 1st and 10. Running inside, it's Pryor. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
Makes the catch. Nice job to pick up the 1st down, and they'll spot it at the 42. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
I like this idea by the offense going hurry up here. You just had a very nice run. Let's get back up to the line of scrimmage and go fast.
We'll see if this offensive line is ready for the blitz. We've played one, and we are right back where we started, all tied up after the 1st period as we take a look at the stats. First play of the period will be a 2nd down. Trying play action. He'll throw it. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you can tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
They're bringing the chop. They're bringing the noise on 3rd down at the dope. The Gators are going to call their 1st timeout. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the 1st half. From the 36, a 3rd down, and you wonder if they're willing to take 2 plays to get the 1st. Jones wants to throw it. He was fighting his way toward those sticks, but they'll stop him a couple of yards short.
Yeah, I don't think people realize how fast windows close in sports, man. Like, it happens so fast. It looked like the QB thought he had some space, was going to go get the 1st down, but you got to love the speed of the defense, corralling him quickly and stopping him short of the 1st down.
Looks as if he's going to run it. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the 1st down and a gutsy call to keep this drive alive.
And your decision to go for it on 4th down has a lot to do with your kicker. How strong is his leg? Some of these guys nowadays, they can boot the ball 50, 60 yards, no problem. Do I believe in him or do I go for it? And they believed in their offense, they went for it, and they got the 1st down.
Defense showing blitz. Will they bail out of it? Here's a give the ball. Nose is ahead to the 30-yard line, a pickup of 1. Guys, let's chat about Florida. They've climbed into the top 25. Nothing has been given to these guys, but they're quickly becoming a problem for everybody else.
Well, they are, and they earned that number beside their name. They've played really, really well. The question is now, can they keep it? David, how many times in the past have we seen a team outside the top 25 finally get ranked and then get blown out the very next week?
And there's not a lot of difference between 25 and 45 a lot of times. So many people close together, so earn that ranking and try to keep climbing. That's a really good stop by the defense. Jesse, they need a few more. You've given up a bunch of yards on this drive and a bunch of plays, but all that matters is keeping them off the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's that bend, don't break mentality you're seeing right now, and this is the point where this defense has just got to lock in.
Jones to throw. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're third and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage, so everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
And they decide to try out the kicker. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. And it's no good. He missed it. And after the missed field goal, guys, we are still locked up. The Seminoles offense comes out ready to get this drive started. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Finding some room. He flips his field in an instant, and he's got him set up at the 20.
You cannot let that happen to you defensively. That is the definition of getting gashed. They didn't have one guy in their front seven even get a finger on that guy.
This offense just gets a bolt of energy when they get a play like that. Now they're in the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 20. They'll try the left side. Getting work done on the ground. He's pulled down at the 14-yard line.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early enough. And there are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
Really nice job by the cornerback. Hey, a lot of cornerbacks want to cover. They want to drop back. They're not really about that life. They don't want to be the tackling kind of guy. They're like, yeah, leave that to the linebackers. That dude committed, came up, made a nice tackle.
The Seminoles line it up with a 1st and goal. Might be calling a hot route. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
Linebackers in today's football, obviously, guys have gotten smaller. They got to play in space more, cover fast guys out on the perimeter. But how about this linebacker coming downhill and making a physical tackle in the hole?
He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score.
This is the most important part of the field. What you did to get down here means nothing. Nice job by this defense, staying confident, staying aggressive, and forcing a 3rd down and goal.
They won't have time to run another play, and we will take it to the 2-minute timeout. Now 3rd and goal, and tough yardage to cover here. To the air, it's Daniels. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. He stopped, not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. The run inside. It's Cryer. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a 1st down.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
Grab behind the line. It's Mays. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Now we get a timeout taken by the Seminoles. That's their first. They'll get together to decide how to play this second down. Last completion picked up a couple. Here comes 2nd and 8. Back to pass. The short hands. It's Brown. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. They missed a field goal on that last drive, but here on 3rd down, they can't afford for this possession to come up empty. Still running at the 40. There he goes. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Gators.
You just simply can't say enough about this guy and what he has meant to this offense. Big-time players make big plays in big games. He has shown up each and every week. That's his 15th rushing score on the season.
Oh, do you just hate to see it? Blew the extra point. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And what a way to finish. A 70-yard run to the end zone. From inside the 10, here he comes. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Looking for a man. It's Daniels. Pocket breaking down. And down he goes. The defense bringing the heat. Clock is stopped. Florida has called a timeout. It's 2nd. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Now facing 2nd and long after the defense came up with that sack. Trying to set up the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. Timeout now called by the Gators. That's their last one. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Just couldn't find any room, and he wound up throwing it in reverse. They lost yardage.
And how about that? You don't see those, touch passes go for negative yards very often. Usually this is a short flip that counts as a completion that goes a long way, but the defense aggressive. Saw it, pulled the trigger, came outside, made sure he didn't get outside and get to that edge. Nice job by the defense.
FSU calling its 2nd timeout. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. And the Seminoles line up to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Here's the punt, and he's done better. Not much on that one. Hauls it in and looking upfield. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. And it's 1st down, but they'll try the field goal in the closing seconds of the first half. Everything will have to be clean from 55 yards away. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Here comes the field goal unit for the second time tonight. And he had just enough to will that one home. That'll make it a two-score game at 16-7. As the Gators head for the locker room by the watchful eye of that full Gator head, let's check in with Kevin Connors at the head.
A lot of scoreboard watching today, fellas, but fear not, Week 13, we've got you covered here on the College Football Update Show. We begin with Georgia taking on the number 5 team, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. And it's the Bulldogs coming away with a blowout victory in what looks like a major upset. Expect major changes in the polls this week. The victory caps off a 6-6 regular season and now the waiting game for a possible bowl invitation.
Got enough for the first. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
That's another big run, and that's not surprising, honestly, guys, considering how much success he had in the first half. He was running wild against this defense, so let's not change anything. Let's just go back out, let's pound the rock, pound the football, and really threaten this defense and force them to have to tackle us.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative. That's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their offense the football back?
I'd have a chance. Touchdown, Florida! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. And the Gators have chomped down, and they put a little distance between themselves and the Noles.
You know, both of these teams always have lots of speed, but it's the Gators. They look like the faster team pulling away here in the second half. Big plays offensively, and their defense is really flying around.
Point lead, going for 2 here. If they get it, it'll be a 3-possession game. Takes the easy throw in the flat. He gets into the end zone for the 2, and that is big. It's now a 3-possession game. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. Trailing now by 17, David. This is an opportunity they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points and our defense hasn't played great. But I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, you know, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback, he wants to drive this offense down the field and at least put something on the board.
3rd down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. Makes the grab on the left. Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35. And the Seminoles want to crank the tempo.
And the offense showing off the short passing game, moving the sticks. Nice job, and look at them. They're right on the football, ready to capitalize on this momentum.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Catch in the middle, it's Robinson. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down. The Seminoles are moving quickly down the field.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's...
And he's still running after the move. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. They decline the penalty for pass interference, and they'll stand on the results of the play. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. They'll run it to the right side. Knocked down, but not before he crossed into the red zone and picked up 4 yards down to the 17. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. To the air, it's Daniels. Now adjusting. And here's the 3rd interception of the night. Oh, he got loose. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there.
And once the QB left the pocket, it felt like he was locking in on his dude, his playmaker out wide. I think the defense knew it too. Nice job taking the big playmaker away, breaking on the football, and going making a big INT for this defense.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front 7 tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Finds his man. It's Jackson. There he goes. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped.
That's a bang-bang type play, RPO, in and out of the hands of the QB quickly. Just get it into the hands of your playmaker as fast as possible and let him do the rest. When you've got this guy's athleticism, man, that is such a great design on offense, and it comes up big.
This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one. After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. They'll run play action. Makes the grab. Quick step and go. Out of bounds, right at the 20-yard line, edge of the red zone, and they have their eyes on a score.
This is so great to see, and it's such a big part of the evolution in college football today with spread offense, up-tempo, RPO game. QBs have got to be great with their ball mechanics in the play-action game, and you saw a great example of that right there.
Off play action on first down. Steps to his left, out of the pocket. Got him outside. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
This offense can get a lot of yards, and it doesn't take a lot of plays. You've seen that here. They have speed, speed, and speed. It kills you. And if guys get a little bit of space, they just gobble up yards. They've had the defense completely on their heels. Now they're all the way backed up against their own goal line.
Jones wants to throw it. Fires to the end zone. Pass is broken up, incomplete as they were trying to strike for 6.
Great awareness by that defender that time. Seeing the ball thrown, getting his big paw, knocking it down, and now you set up 2nd down.
They'll try to run with ball. He just carries it face long into a brick wall and has nothing to show for it again.
And how about this defense? 2 great plays in a row, defending the pass, now stuffing the run, Palmer.
Yeah, and it just looks like they're going to make the offense earn it, right? They know at this point, if you're going to score a touchdown, it's not going to come easy. So someone here, if you're going to throw it now on 3rd down, is going to have to make a contested catch.
Turning to the running game here on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Florida! And the beatdown has ensued. They've extended this lead, guys, but sometimes in a rivalry game, you get down and you fight back that much harder.
Man, you've seen crazy comebacks and crazy swings of momentum in rivalry games. You just need that first thing to break your way, Palmer.
And I think it really comes down to their key playmakers, David. They can come back, but these guys need to take ownership. Now's the time. In this type of game, they have got to step up and start making plays.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Flips it out on the screen. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning.
You know, as a quarterback, you believe in your matchup. And in my running back, if I can get him the ball in space, he's going to win a lot of times. He didn't that time. The defense was ready. Nice job in the open field making the nice tackle.
The ball is out behind the line. Picks up the ball and tries to make something of it.
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep two hands on the ball as well. They're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple, and it's his fourth interception of the night. Was looking for a little more daylight for a big return, but he'll settle for the pick and setting his offense up at the 24.
Well, coming out of the tunnel in the third quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the third quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this football game.
8-yard pickup on first down leaves him with second and short. Defense might bring the house here. Very close to putting a bow on this one. Gives us a minute to check out the top 25 here in the final week of the season and to wonder what type of impact this result will have on these rankings. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. So the final period starts with a second down play. Motion from the wide receiver. On the move. Maybe some room. Got enough space. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown Gators. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. This thing has sort of gotten away the last couple of possessions. They've been a little too generous. Turning it on! And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down.
A huge game. Probably would have loved to say this earlier in the game. Probably would have loved to have some of these runs and had a little bit more success running the football earlier. Now, I might think about maybe cranking the tempo and probably...
He's running free down the middle. The 20. Touchdown, Florida State. Once he got a step, it was all over, right to the house. In a lot of losses, you just want to burn the tape. You don't want to watch it. But I think there are some things that they can take into next week from this performance.
No doubt. Offense is about finding your rhythm, finding your groove, what you do well. And you can tell, at least now, starting to get a little something going that maybe you can build on.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. That drive took no time at all. A couple of plays and finished it with a long run for the touchdown. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The Gators sending the offense back to work. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute there.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Really nice awareness by that guy, too, because it looked as though his momentum might carry him out of bounds, might stop the clock, but he knew to get down. He was fighting to make sure he fell down in the field to play, and as a result, the clock keeps ticking.
After the 9-yard pickup on first down, here's 2nd and 1. Holds and fires complete to the right. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there in a similar situation with a lead like this. They'd definitely be running the ball at this point. They'd probably take their starting quarterback out of the game potentially, but not this unit. They are still staying aggressive. They're still taking shots. They're just trying to light up the scoreboard.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's ball.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get it done.
They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Quick release on the RPO. He's into the open down the middle. To the house. Touchdown, Gators. They've built a comfortable lead and trying to hang on for a Week 13 victory.
Nice job on the route and catch by the tight end scoring that touchdown. And it doesn't matter what play this offense calls. All game long, everything has been working. This has been a master class in offensive productivity.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Grabbed over the middle. It's Riles. Makes the catch, and he's free. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work.
And you've really seen the evolutions of tight ends, man. These guys are no longer just big bodies that block like the extension of the offensive line. They're more like receivers, and I love when the quarterback gets it out of his hands, and then you just watch. Like, they can make plays. They can run people over. They can now run around people. Like, so nice to have these tight ends.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Scanning the field, it's Daniels. Throws to the wideout. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit.
Got to give this defense credit, guys, because all game long they have forced their opponent to be one-dimensional. They haven't allowed anything to happen in the passing game. As a result, we're here in the 4th quarter. They barely allowed over 100 yards passing.
They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. Play is stopped as they check on an injured Gator. A senior defensive tackle being looked at by medical personnel. Holly Rowe will keep us up to date on how he's doing. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And that is his 5th interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's 4th down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
Here comes the Gators offense, ready to go on the attack. They'll start on the ground with Jaden Ball. Runs through a tackle. Oh, he's got some space. Running inside the 20. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
David, this guy's showing us everything he's got in his toolbox. Between the tackles, running outside, the elusiveness, the vision, the speed, the patience, and with that home run, now has over 200 yards rushing in this game.
And there's nothing more frustrating than a guy that just keeps coming and keeps coming. They keep feeding him, and he keeps breaking tackles. He keeps making big plays. This defense has had absolutely no answer for that stud.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. And the offense takes the field, ready to go back to work. On the ground with the counter. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
How about the job by this defense today? They knew what they were getting into. A really good running back. We talked to him this week. It was the main focus point of this offense, stopping the run game, stopping the run game. Boy, have they showed up and showed out and answered that.
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
And it's simply been that kind of day for this offense. They've had so many struggles, and at this point in the fourth quarter, you're trailing by a ton of points. The defense knows you're throwing it, and they're pinning their ears back, and they're getting after you, as you saw it on that sack there.
Clock stops, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. Now 3rd and long and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. And some room to work. He works his way up to the 20-yard line and goes out of bounds there.
Listen, I'm not one for moral victories, and obviously they're trailing by a lot of points late in this game, and they are going to...
And guys, hold that thought just a second, because here comes the 4th down play. If they don't get it here, this one is probably over. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And it's another interception as his assault on the record book continues. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to, because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin.
And how good does that feel, right? You've got the lead in the fourth quarter. The defense knows you're going to try to run the ball to ice the game, and you rip off an 8-yard run. They know it's coming, and they still can't stop it.
They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
You just need more from your offensive line. 2nd and short like that, you'd love to be able to fire off the ball and pick that up running it, but the defense was able to get penetration. They were able to get a stop, and now you set up 3rd down, and this offensive line is going to have to play a lot better here.
This is a designed run. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the 1st down. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. And the Gators come to the line trying to convert on 4th down. Wide receiver going in motion. Go! They're throwing for it on 4th down. On target. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive. And while this game is all but decided, the offense's job is to score. So they might try to score again. Tough to run it this deep in the red zone, and he found nothing at all that time.
That back had nowhere to go. The defensive line ate up the blocks, but how about the linebackers swarming in, coming in and making a great play on the ball carrier?
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Everybody and their brother showing blitz. It can get a little heated, and it did in this Sunshine State showdown, but it couldn't stop the boys from old Florida from stealing the headlines in this one.